Tangerine. Driving games.
Just like that, driving.
Yeah, there's about 4 driving games I played. So I played the first one here, Turbo Golf Racing, one of my favorite games that I like
Yeah.
beta weekend demo thing I played. I played the beta weekend before the demo festival, and then it also they did another weekend over the next fest as well, which I didn't
Yeah.
play again because I already played.
Well,
I played a lot of it on
yeah.
the beta weekend they had. It was like a beta weekend or week or something. I got my friend Andy to play it as well, and we just pretty much played the hell out of this game. We
Yeah,
just
I watched you both play quite a bit as well.
I'll go to
So
the
I've seen this game before. That's what I'm trying to say.
There was like a battle pass you can unlock stuff on, and we just basically unlocked everything just playing games. And then there was also there's also single player which you can unlock stars on. You can get 3 stars if you get the best score, and we both 3-starred all the maps. I'll just quickly
Nice.
explain what Turbo Golf Racing is. So Turbo Golf Racing it's Rocket League Golf is the best way to describe it, I would say.
Yeah.
It's an arcade sports racing sim. It says on the store page. Well now, Tony, you know I love Rocket League, and you know I love
Yeah.
golf games. Have they
Yeah.
designed another one for me? Is this another
Yeah.
show game?
Yeah, I think it is.
It seems like this is insanely fun. So the way it works is you're trying to get your golf ball to the end first. In order to do that, you want to use boosts. You can also use like a glide ability if you go in the sky. You want to hit it into these speed rings in order to get it to the end further. And
Yeah, so you need to like boost the ball and yourself, I suppose.
yeah. And at the moment I'm playing multiplayer, and one of the big things with multiplayer is the way you interact with other players is you can't touch their balls or their cars. Also, shout out to Balls Deep for the greatest name in the lobby. You don't touch their cars, you get these like rocket power-ups that you shoot at each other like Mario Kart style in order to slow down your opponents. So that's how you
Yeah.
interact with in multiplayer. There's never any like head-on-head collision where you just troll the fuck out of people and just drive directly into them, which I think is probably the way to go.
Yeah.
Because
What is this?
one thing from playing the beta, it was like rockets were very hard to dodge. It was pretty much impossible to dodge rockets unless you like got locked up. Someone would lock on a rocket from behind you. Oh, Tony, they got the shot. They've got the play of the game section, but it's shot of the match.
Shot of the match.
It was pretty broken in the beginning beta. You just have like shot of the match, and it would just show a video of someone like rolling on the floor for like
Yeah,
5 seconds.
that's what I remember.
But between the this is pre Next Fest beta, and I believe there was some. I read the patch notes of what they changed. So they actually made it so the shot of the game was actually more about like finishing shots and stuff like that. And then I think they made a change to rockets so they're a lot easier to dodge, which I quite liked because previously it was pretty impossible to dodge rockets.
So now I guess you have to like, actually think about aiming them as like the person using the rockets because of that now as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good change.
This is my like early footage from playing the game, so I'm not very good at this point. But it became from very early on. I started to become the best turbo golf racing player in the world. I was just top in every lobby. I can't tell if that was just every lobby I went into was a bunch of new players, but I just played.
You were being the new players at the very least.
I played the hell out of the game and I got pretty good at it. And another thing to mention is the cars have customizable options to them. So you get like a passive, like you can charge up faster. These are called cores. And then as well as having a core, you'll have an active ability. So I think my favorite one was the magnet, where you could like use a magnet and it would bring the ball towards you. Oh, Balls Deep 47 with a shot of the match. You'd love to see it. The really interesting thing about the magnet was it was quite versatile playstyle because you could either start boosting really fast and then bring the ball towards you to just shoot it off up into the air, or you could do stuff like you could drive past the hole and then use the magnet and then pull the ball into the hole from behind you. Was like a really effective way to close out a match.
Yeah.
I
Thor's hammering it.
But there was tons of different abilities that you could use and choose from, which is really cool to see. Because as soon as the beta finished, me and my friend Danny were immediately like, "When does this game release? We want to play this again." And we actually got an announcement of when it was releasing on Summer Jeff Fest. So we
Good
know
old Summer Jeff Fest.
Yeah, it's releasing on the 4th of August. So this is going to be out next month. Maybe a buy for me. I'm not sure if it's going to be free to play. It says early access. I can't remember if it was going to be free to play or not. It does have like a item store where you can buy like. Okay, so this is what happens when someone locks onto you. You'll get like a reticle on your screen, and then it'll show you how long you have until you get hit by it.
I do really love like the animations at the end. Like it's very satisfying to see balls go.
Yeah, and again, I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but I was saying like I like the soundtrack. It's another racing game where it sounds like it's Monster Cat, but I don't think it is Monster Cat. Like,
yeah, I remember we had
at least it's not. It's not credited as Monster Cat.
Yeah.
You can see.
No, I think I said like I think you'd have to credit it if like
you can see like these guys here. They're using an ability that pushes the ball forward, just like taps it if you get it into the wrong position. That's one of their cores that they're using. One thing that I wasn't too happy about, you buy cores from the shop, but you buy them with in-game currency, and then they're on like a rotating shop.
Yeah.
That's how it works. So you have to be on at the right time. It's sort of like the Fortnite or the Fall Guys shop, where it's like a rotating shop.
It's definitely a scheme to get you to keep playing for longer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Oh, shot of the match, guys. I get hit by a rocket, and then I hit the ball. Let's go.
It's not even... Wait, is it... You know, it's... Oh, I need to get it.
I sunk it, yeah.
Shot of the match. I just think it's funny that it chose to... Like, not the shot of the match.
Guys, if you also watch Summer Jeff Fest, my advice, don't watch the Netflix fucking section. I've just
yeah.
You know how hard it is to trim segments of fucking video game conference out of your video? It takes so long for YouTube to do it in their like automated system.
Yeah, because like, it's just like saying it's been processing for ages and ages, right?
Yeah, it takes like an entire day. And I got 3 from Netflix, so it's like, oh my god, it takes me forever to trim this shit out. Like,
because I've heard like good things about that, but like I've never heard like how YouTube actually processes it. So yeah, I guess that's not the greatest.
So if you're confused as to why the previous podcast released after the current one, you'll know that it just took forever to actually fucking get rid of these copyright strikes that Netflix has falsely given us.
Netflix has done a Nintendo, and well, who's the other one that's like copywriting striking? I know like Paramount does it. It's like, here, we're gonna copy strike the trailer that we put out for everyone to see.
Apple did it to us, I think.
Apple.
For the Apple
Arcade. No, like Nintendo used to do it with anything you showed of Nintendo. It's like, well.
But anyway, I think this is a really cool game. It's insanely fun multiplayer, and insanely fun even just going around it. If you're a solo player, just to go and 3-star all of the solo levels was actually really fun. I did both. Because Rocket League doesn't really have a single player component, not by default. I mean, there is the workshop is quite cool in Rocket League, but I'm fairly sure to this day you can only use the workshop if you have the Steam version, which is not available for sale, which is kind of shitty for people.
Yeah.
Because luckily I have the original Steam version of Rocket League. Because they did that recently with Fall Guys as well, where they just fucking removed it from Steam.
Did they have workshop stuff?
No, they didn't have workshop stuff, but it's just it got bought by Epic and then they removed it from Steam. But anyway, Turbo Golf Racing is fun as fuck. So let's move on.
Yeah, it looks great. I'm really glad it had single player like time trial stuff. So
yeah, single player stuff's really cool. So check that out even if you're not a fan of multiplayer.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have to talk about Disney Speedstorm.
I've also seen this.
So I played the beta weekend for Disney Speedstorm because I talked about it in the podcast and I said, hey, a Disney kart racing game, How bad can it be? Now, some things to get out of the way quickly. This game genuinely looks and plays pretty well.
Yeah.
Like, I was surprised, like, how good it looked and played. Like, it's a solid kart racing game. The huge issue with this game, it's completely fucking pay to win. It's a free-to-play kart racing game, and your kart's speed and power are completely tied behind a shop.
And how much levels you have.
Yeah, how much levels you have with that
and,
character.
and stars, and yeah, it was like everything.
And essentially you have to collect these materials to unlock certain levels as well, and it's basically just gating all this stuff behind an insane grind or one credit card transaction.
Just a simple credit card away.
But it's such a shame because, like, genuinely I thought, man, this is a pretty well designed kart racing game. Apart from the fucking, like, single player just playing against bots, it's pretty fun.
We saw a few glitches, didn't we? Like in like the demo.
Yeah. Glitches or hackers, you never know.
Other than that, yeah.
It's just like, okay, again, I was pretty good at this, but then it just really sucks when I'm first ahead of all the plebs, but then
You're
there's
the
a guy.
highest level.
There's a guy ahead of me, and he's like level 20, and I'm level like 2,
Yeah.
and it's just like I legitimately can't beat this guy because I'm not playing on the same power level as someone who's just fucking, spent either so much time or money on the game already that it's just insane that this would ever be considered.
In reverse, is it not also true? Is like if you win like on your high level than everyone, it's like how do you know you were good at the game or you just like had the best car?
Yeah, I mean, like, because I think the character design was genuinely cool. Like, I think Mickey was pretty cool. Like the Hercules level with Hercules, it has.
I love Elizabeth Swan.
You hate Elizabeth Swan.
Yes, I do.
Because all of the Pirates of the Caribbean ones, they didn't get the voice actors from the films, because obviously they couldn't. Or they could if they're Disney, but they're not putting, money into this shit. I think I talked about this on the podcast where I said, Disney Speedstorm, a game from a company I've literally never heard of. And that's because all they make is like mobile games. So I think, there wasn't the best faith going into this one.
I mean, if this was on mobile without the cash chop and without leveling gacha mechanics, and like, it would be pretty decent on the phone, right?
Yeah, I think this would be fine on the phone. I mean, my favorite racing game on the mobile is, of course, Rocket League Sideswipe. That's how you do a good
that's a good one,
driving game on the phone. It's one of the few I've played.
That existed.
So, yeah, it's just like because again, they have all the rights to the Disney music, so a lot of the tracks would just have like a remixed version of like a Hercules theme or.
Is there only one
like
song per track?
Well, right now this is like Pirates of the Caribbean music remixed to be like more upbeat.
Yeah.
I thought
that the fact there's only one song per map was a little bit off, but that's just me.
It seems like one of those games where genuinely, if they remove the microtransaction, like power level stuff from it, it could actually be a pretty fun game.
But they're probably guaranteed like some amount of money. We're gonna get all this money from the cash shop.
Because I know that Disney's also doing like basically an Animal Crossing clone as well that's going to be super pay to win, it seems like.
Oh no.
But it seems like Disney with their games at the moment, they're just going straight up with the, free to play, pay to win sort of model, which I guess is going to make the money. There's a lot of Disney fans out there.
I would say like I feel really bad like stuff that people are going to buy that stuff because like Disney has a lot of IPs that people really like.
I'd love to recommend this to my friends who like Disney stuff, but I can't because it's predatory.
Yeah, I was say when we I don't know, like, wasn't it weird that there's only like 2 laps, not 3 laps, like to win the race?
Yeah.
I thought that felt a bit weird to me. Like, it felt like every race was a little bit short.
This isn't your Pee-wee kart racing game. This is Disney Speedstorm.
Right, you have to go quick.
Gotta go fast, as my good blue hedgehog friend Mickey would say.
I mean, he'll be a part of Disney soon.
You think Sega's going to buy him up? Sega's going to be bought up, sorry.
It's not. I don't know. A possibility. Yeah.
Let's move on.
Maybe.
This is Pocket Wheels. This is a 3D platformer racing game. Obviously very indie. Like it looks very much like Unity voxel assets.
It's definitely in Unity. Like, if you tell me it wasn't Unity, I would say you're lying.
I don't even know if it's Unity. I'm just guessing. But
I'm just like it looks like Unity to me as well.
I thought it was interesting. Like, you would have a mix of like a driving game and a platformer. I thought that could be a pretty interesting mechanic. And basically, the core way that you progressed through the demo was you had to go around and collect these batteries in order to progress. And the way you did that was you did like time trial challenges, or you had to find them around the world. It was pretty cool. It was a little less collectathon than I would have liked.
Yeah.
But generally it felt like an impressive tech demo more than an impressive demo for a game.
Yeah, like proof of concept, not this is the full game, or this is like what's going to show that might become the full game.
Like it felt like.
Oh, look at these cars! Oh, a bus.
I had to go for the school bus. I mean, I'm a school bus main, so.
Yeah.
I feel like this is again another game where I would love to see just a lot of polish. Put to it, and then I think you could have something genuinely really, really cool.
I'd love to see some run by FMVs in this, please. Thank you.
Oh, that would be the dream. That would be the dream. But yeah, that was Pocket Wheels. So one to keep an eye on, but not necessarily one to go out and get straight away.
Right.
And then we have Swordship. Now I talked about Swordship on the podcast because I said it was really interesting because it's a shoot 'em up with the shooting removed, and I was like, that's a really interesting idea. And do you know why it's interesting? Because nobody's done it. And do you know why nobody's done it? Because it fucking sucks.
Well, this is another game that I watched you play it at the time, right? And I feel like I was like, oh, it's gonna be Swordship because you're gonna have you're not gonna shoot people. You're gonna have this like giant sword.
No, basically, you have to like get the enemies to try and lock onto you. And then you have to use that lock-onness to try and destroy the other ships, but it's really clunky in the way it does it.
Yeah, why are you not a sword?
And it just ends up being like, it just makes it way too difficult as a result, where you just get hit once and it's like, oh, the game's over. It's
it just looks annoying as well. Like, even if like you could do it, like it just looks annoying to me. Like not actively doing anything.
I really wanted to like this game. Like it's good looking. I like the art style.
Yeah.
It's pretty fast paced. Like
I don't understand why you're going in this direction. Like I get it's different, but I don't know. Like can't see anything coming towards you. It's a bit confusing to me.
No. I liked the idea of a fucking shoot 'em up without shooting, but an execution, at least in its current iteration, it just was not that fun for me. A shame to see, but maybe there's a game in here for somebody else who would be more inclined to try something like this. I believe the demo's still up if people wanted to try it, so that would be one to check out. It's also got roguelite, so when you die, you pretty much just have to start again, sort of thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Kind of annoying because it was so difficult for me.
Also, I didn't get this mechanic either. It's like why? What?
You
one's
can
for score,
donate.
One's for shit.
You can donate shipments to get more score for some reason.
I guess it's like a score-based game, like try to get the leaderboard, I suppose.
Yeah, but anyway, that's the end of the driving category for Next Fest. I think that we had a real highlight in there, Tony, and it was obvious, wasn't it? Disney Speedstorm.
Yeah.
What a game!
I was gonna say Pocket Wheels.
Turbo Golf Racing, guys. That's one to check out. The rest is kind of. Don't check out Disney Speedstorm unless you've got your credit card ready.
That's an unrecommendation.
These other two are caution sent to say this might not be for you if you care
Interesting, yeah.
One requires polish, one may require a certain type of gamer. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.